Have you ever felt the weight of your dog's eyes on you from across the room? You look up from your book or your morning coffee, and there they are, just staring at you. They are not whining for a treat, and they are not waiting for a walk. They are simply watching you with a quiet, intense devotion. To the human mind, prolonged eye contact from an animal can sometimes feel a bit unnerving, as if they are quietly trying to read our deepest secrets. But what your dog is actually doing in those silent, still moments is performing a biological miracle that no other creature on Earth can do. In the wild animal kingdom, looking directly into another creature's eyes is almost universally a sign of aggression. It is a rigid challenge for dominance, or a terrifying silent threat. Predators use a fixed, unblinking stare to lock onto their prey, and wild wolves use unbroken eye contact to establish their strict hierarchy. But thousands of years ago, a profound shift occurred. As ancient dogs began to evolve alongside human beings, leaving the harshness of the wild to sit by our warm, crackling fires and share our lives, they completely rewrote their own biology. They unlearned the hostile gaze of the wild predator, and instead, they learned to look into our eyes to find love. Science has recently discovered the breathtaking truth behind this quiet stare. When your dog sits across the room and softly gazes into your eyes, they are triggering a powerful, invisible chemical reaction in both of your brains. Your dog has achieved something known to neurobiologists as an evolutionary hijack. They are the only animals on the planet that have successfully tapped into the human maternal bonding pathway. When you and your dog lock eyes, both of your brains release a massive, warm surge of a neurochemical called oxytocin. This is widely known as the love hormone, and it is the exact same chemical that fiercely, permanently bonds a human mother to her newborn child. Every single time you meet your dog's soft, blinking gaze, your brain rewards you with a profound feeling of peace, safety, and affection. And their brain does the exact same thing. It creates a beautiful, continuous cycle where their loving look makes you feel cherished, and your loving look back makes them feel incredibly safe. Even if wild wolves are raised by humans with endless care from the moment they are born, they do not do this. They will instinctively look away, uncomfortable with the intensity of the human stare. Only your domestic dog possesses this extraordinary gift. They are not just looking at you, they are literally wrapping your heart in a chemical embrace, creating an invisible, unbreakable loop of affection that behaviorists call the oxytocin gaze. But this profound, desperate desire to understand you goes far beyond just a quiet stare and a chemical reward. Your dog is actively studying your face with an astonishing level of scientific precision. Human faces are incredibly complex, and they are not emotionally equal. The right side of the human face actually displays our true emotions much more accurately and intensely than the left side. While we humans rarely notice this hidden asymmetrical detail in our daily lives, your dog's ancient, devoted brain has figured it out. Research has revealed a staggering biological secret known as the left gaze bias. When your dog looks at your face, their eyes naturally and immediately dart to their left visual field, which means they are focusing directly on the right side of your face. They do not do this when they look at inanimate objects, and they do not even do this when they look at the faces of other dogs. They only do this for human beings. When you are sitting on the couch after a long, exhausting day, carrying the heavy weight of human stress, your dog is scanning the exact quadrant of your face that reveals your most honest, vulnerable feelings. They are dedicating their entire neurological system to decoding your soul, desperate to make sure that you are emotionally safe and searching for the absolute truth behind your expression. This intense, beautiful dedication to reading your emotions is the exact same reason behind one of the most endearing, heart-melting things your dog does, the famous head tilt. When you speak to them in a soft voice and they suddenly cock their head to the side, it is so easy to smile and assume they are just a little confused. But the truth is so much more beautiful than that. The canine head tilt is actually a highly sophisticated biological tool used for acoustic triangulation. First, by shifting the physical angle of their head and moving their ear flaps, known as the pinny, they are adjusting their acoustic radar. They are instantly calculating the microscopic difference in time it takes for your voice to reach their left ear versus their right ear. But they are not just trying to locate where you are sitting in the room. They are shifting their ears to send the sound of your voice to the exact hemisphere of their brain that processes emotional frequencies. They are trying to catch the exact emotional pitch and hidden melody of your words. They do not care about the human dictionary or the specific vocabulary you are using. They care about the quiet tremor in your voice when you are sad, or the bright, ringing pitch of your voice when you are joyful. Furthermore, this adorable head tilt serves a brilliant visual purpose. A dog's long muzzle is a beautiful part of their face, but it can sometimes act like a physical wall, blocking their lower field of vision. Imagine trying to read someone's face while holding your own fist directly in front of your nose. You would not be able to clearly see their mouth. When your dog tilts their head, they are deliberately moving their muzzle out of the way. They are clearing their line of sight so they can study the microscopic movements of your lips and the incredibly subtle, shifting micro-expressions on the lower half of your face. Because dogs are masters of reading body language, they know that the tightness of your jaw or a tiny shift in your smile holds the key to your mood. By tilting their head, they are gathering every tiny piece of visual and auditory evidence they can find, uniting their ears and their eyes to understand exactly how you are feeling in that very moment. It is the ultimate act of empathy, a physical manifestation of a creature pouring every single ounce of its mental energy into knowing you better. You can honor this profound biological connection tonight using a very simple, quiet gesture that will mean the absolute world to them. We constantly ask our dogs to navigate and understand our loud, chaotic human world, but tonight you can choose to speak their ancient language. When the house is perfectly still and your dog is resting peacefully near you, wait until they naturally look up at your face. Instead of immediately reaching out to pet them or speaking a loud, excited command, just quietly meet their eyes. Relax your shoulders, let the tension drop from your face, and offer them a very slow, heavy, gentle blink. In the silent, instinctual language of dogs, a soft blink is the ultimate sign of absolute trust and voluntary surrender. It is a biological promise that there is no threat, no dominance, and no expectation. When you offer them this slow blink, you are actively participating in their emotional dialogue. You are feeding that beautiful loop of oxytocin, calming their heart rate, and telling their entire nervous system that they are safe, cherished, and entirely understood. You will likely see their postures soften instantly, and they might even offer you a beautiful, slow blink in return. We navigate a loud, chaotic human world that demands so much of our words, a world that constantly asks us to explain ourselves, to argue, to perform, and to speak. Yet your dog asks for none of that. They look at you, and they see right past your flaws, your daily stress, and your past mistakes. In their deeply soulful eyes, you are already entirely perfect, just the way you are. They have spent their entire lives and the entirety of their evolutionary history learning to read the silent poetry of your heart. They are living proof that the most powerful, healing language in the world requires absolutely no words at all. The next time you catch your dog staring at you from across the living room, what is the exact feeling that washes over you? Please tell me about the color of your dog's eyes and the unique emotion you see hidden within them in the comments below. Your beautiful stories are the heartbeat of this community, helping all of us remember the profound, unmatched privilege of being loved by a dog. If this message touched your soul today, please consider subscribing to join our compassionate, quiet corner of true dog lovers as we continue to uncover the beautiful, ancient secrets your dog is desperately trying to tell you.